Numbers chapter 11 tells a powerful story of how our desires can lead to our downfall. This chapter opens with the Israelites on their journey from Sinai to the Promised Land. They are weary and their hearts are heavy with discontentment. They long for the luxuries of Egypt, forgetting the chains that once bound them there. Their complaints ignite like wildfire, consuming the outskirts of the camp until it reaches the ears of Moses. He is burdened by their incessant grumbling, his spirit crushed by the weight of their discontentment. Moses is at the end of his tether. He pleads with God, "Why have you treated your servant so badly? Why have I not found favor in your sight that you lay the burden of all these people on me?" God hears Moses' desperate plea and responds. He promises to send meat for the people to eat, not just for 1 day or 2 days or 5 or 10 or 20, but for a whole month until it comes out of their nostrils and becomes loathsome to them. God's response is a stark illustration of the old warning. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. And in this case they do. God sends a wind that brings quails from the sea, and they fall beside the camp. The people gather the quails all that day and night, and all the next day. Yet, even as the meat was still between their teeth, before it was consumed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord struck them with a very great plague. The Israelites pay a heavy price for their ingratitude and discontentment. Their cravings lead to their downfall, the graves of those who had craved becoming a solemn reminder of their tragic end. The Israelites' story serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of grumbling and discontentment. It's a tale of caution for us all, a warning that our desires, if not checked, can lead us down a path of destruction. What can we learn from this ancient tale that is still relevant to our lives today? The story of Numbers chapter 11 is packed with timeless lessons, wisdom that transcends the centuries, and insights that remain just as pertinent today. One of the key lessons this chapter imparts is the importance of gratitude. The Israelites, despite having been freed from slavery, grumbled about their situation, focusing on what they lacked rather than appreciating what they had. This mirrors our own tendencies to overlook our blessings and yearn for what we don't have. The lesson here is to practice gratitude, to acknowledge and appreciate the good in our lives rather than dwelling on the negatives. Another lesson drawn from Numbers chapter 11 is the value of contentment. The Israelites' discontentment led them to crave meat, disregarding the manna, the heavenly food provided by God. This parallels our own struggle with discontentment, as we often desire more, and in our pursuit of more, we forget to appreciate what we already possess. The lesson here is to learn to be content with what we have, to find joy and fulfillment in our current circumstances rather than constantly seeking more. The third lesson we can glean from this chapter is the importance of trust in God. Despite witnessing God's power and provision firsthand, the Israelites doubted his ability to provide meat for them. This resonates with our own struggles with doubt and fear, even when we've seen evidence of God's goodness in our lives. The lesson here is to trust in God's provision, to believe that He is capable of meeting our needs, and to rely on His wisdom and timing. Finally, Numbers chapter 11 warns us about the dangers of giving in to our cravings and desires without considering the consequences. The Israelites paid a heavy price for their greed and lack of faith. This serves as a potent reminder for us to exercise self-control, to weigh the potential consequences of our actions, and to make wise decisions. The story of Numbers chapter 11 teaches us to cherish our blessings, to be content with what we have, and to trust in God's provision. How can we apply these lessons from Numbers chapter 11 to our lives, you may ask? It starts with cultivating gratitude and contentment. Each day, make it a habit to reflect on the blessings in your life. It could be as simple as appreciating a beautiful sunrise or a warm cup of tea. It's these little things that make life rich and fulfilling. Also, learn to be satisfied with what you have. The world will always dangle the next best thing in front of us. But remember, it's a trap of discontentment. The joy of a new purchase rarely lasts, and then we're off chasing the next shiny object. Instead, let's find joy in the people around us, in our relationships, and in the simple act of being alive. By learning from the story of Numbers chapter 11, we can find greater contentment and happiness in our lives. So let's start today. Cherish what you have and cultivate a heart of gratitude. Are you ready for the next chapter? Just click here to go straight to it.